Good morning, everybody. Yeah, the noise you're hearing is my diesel heater. It's kind of pretty chilly out here. As you can see, I still haven't finished doing my panel. I slept here at the shipper. And yeah, now we're going to be getting going. We're going to Brewster, New York. Got about like 1,100 miles. It's not that far up north. I don't know exactly where it is, but I think I can take 80. It's not as far as up north, so I have to take 90. But anyways, I'm just trying to clean up the truck. My top bed is still an absolute mess. Just because everything I had laying everywhere and whatnot, I just threw up there. But I'm kind of cleaning up everything else. Yesterday I was in Marshall's with my fiance, and I always look for like sanitizing wipes and stuff to clean the truck with on the interior. And I found these things. This one was actually $2. But I found a bunch of these, and they were literally on sale for $1. So I was like, you know, screw it, I'm gonna get it. And then I just cleaned the truck with these wipes. I mean, it seems to get the job done rather than spraying a chemical and then a rag and all that stuff. But yeah, basically the plan for today is get rolling, bust out as many miles as we can because I do have fresh hours, and then after that take our break, obviously, and then tomorrow basically do the same and finish it up. Since I do have close to 1,100 miles, it's like just under. If I would have went through St. Louis, it would have been over 11, but this way it's not, so it works out. But yeah, I've been like cleaning out the truck. ISCO is sending me a fridge slider. I don't know if you're familiar with them. It's basically like a drawer for a fridge. So what I'm going to be doing is making a cabinet on the passenger side with the fridge slider on the bottom, and then like a drawer up top and like a little countertop space so I can prep my food on it, and then a microwave and another drawer up top. Basically, like, that's the plan. I've always like wanted to do that just so I have like everything organized and know where everything's at. And I don't know if you're aware, but as I mentioned, like, the plan is to be just buying this truck, so hopefully we get to do that sometime soon. So we'll see how that works out. My fiance's dad is going to be coming back from overseas in about like a week here, so hopefully me and him can work something out, because, you know, I mean, I've been driving this thing for 2.5 years now, a little bit over 2.5 years, and I should have just done this before. I could have worked it out with him, but I haven't, because I don't know, like, I was really wanting to get a truck that was like more ready, like as far as like paint job and all that. But slowly, like, even as I looked at trucks that were like quite a bit more expensive than I would probably end up buying this for, there's, pardon my French, but there's a lot of polished turds out there, especially like dealers and stuff that just do a spray can overhaul on the truck and make it all look nice and shiny, but in reality it's a crap truck mechanically, and mechanically is what matters. As far as anything like cosmetic and all the chrome and crap, that doesn't matter. That's not going to make me money. Obviously I want my truck to look nice, and eventually I would make this truck look nice and do a paint job and everything and whatnot. But for time being, and then me being a owner operator as my first truck, this would be a great truck. And honestly, I don't think I would ever sell this truck, because my fiance's dad has owned it for 19 years, so it's quite a bit of time. And especially, you know, he's always kind of wanted me to get it from the start, and he was kind of like disappointed that I was wanting to go look at another one. But I've like changed my mind about it, so that's the plan, really. Let me show you. Yeah, as you can see, I've kind of cleaned it up. There's my floor, and then I put the fridge here for time being. It does the job. This fridge is great, by the way, ISCO. And then back here, as you can see, we have like a whole mess. Here I'm gonna make like a cabinet just like this, similar. Fridge would slide out on the bottom, and then I'd have countertop space, and all of this I would take out, put microwave and storage up there. But yeah, up there is where the true mess is. I still need to clean up some of this stuff. Here's my sink. And yeah, I mean, it's, you know, simple stuff. It's not a 2020 Cascadia or anything, but to be honest, I like this truck because, like, just for example, the other day, my fuel gauge stopped working, and I was like, man, what could it be? What could it be? And I just look under the cab, and there's just a snapped wire. I cut the wire and reconnect it. Thing works like a charm. Whereas if you had like a newer truck, like even a 2015 Cascadia or something, it's like, oh well, it could be this, bring it in for us to see what it is, and we'll charge you $2,000 because we know you can't do it yourself. Yeah, kind of ridiculous if you ask me. But yeah, that's the plan for the day. I need to get me some Monster. Let's throw this back here, and yeah, get rolling here. So yeah, let's get going, guys. All right, let's see. A lot of people are like, why aren't you using a truck GPS, this and that? That is a truck GPS, but if that thing will take you ways where trucks should not go. So really, there's not. Southeast New York. Let's see how many miles we got. This ice stuff is really good. Zero fat, zero sodium, zero carbs, 5 calories. At least that's what they say. But then you got some acid, biotin, niacin, whatever the hell all that crap. 1,050. And yeah, this is basically like just upstate New York, really. And this right here is you don't want to go, right here is okay. It's up on 84. Let's have a sip. I know I'm light, but even though I'm really light, I still like to scale out, especially when there's a scale on site, because then I know how they loaded it up and then what numbers I'm on. I just like always picking up at the shipper because they're like super cool. Like they have a appointment is literally just the ready time, so like you can show up anytime really. And a lot of times I'll show up like a day earlier, and so I can take my 10 here, and not like a day earlier, but like for example, they have appointment, it's ready for pickup at 8 a.m. Saturday, and I'll just show up. Let's see. Something's rattling, it's annoying. Basically 11,000 on the steers. Anyways, I'll show up and take my break. So basically they'll be loading me up and I'll be getting paid detention while I'm sleeping. Sounds like my toaster up there. 19,000. So we're basically at 30 so far. $19,000. So yeah, super light, 50,000 gross. So his load is like 15,000. know this thing is gonna fall off. Thing I don't like about this shipper is like they're like 80 miles away from where I'm at. I usually prefer to pick up close to home, but I mean I include the deadhead into my miles whenever I'm booking loads, and this is with a broker that's cool with me, and I really don't even have to look for the load. He just calls me and gives me a few options and we work it out. One of the things that I'll definitely be replacing once I buy this truck is so earlier the video got cut off and I was blabbering for like a good minute, so I don't even know where it got cut off at what point, but yeah, my SD card was full, so I just like stopped recording. So I figured I'd, you know, continue on. I remember first time I went here, I was so sketched out about turning in here because I was like, man, I'm gonna get stuck. Coyote something. Railroad crossing must be a mess, especially for those step deck guys. Can't even go over this. You would get stuck. I remember one time I was at a shipper and they had this huge sign that said railroad crossing was low, not to go. And what do you know? Of course, the guy went. And he got stuck. So I had to go like to their secondary entrance. Well, actually that was their primary that they had shut down for trucks to not go. But then the actual entrance was like all the way around. I don't know. Some people just don't listen, I guess. Especially like if you can see something that they're warning you about, you should probably listen. Something about a weight limit in certain months, but there was no truck signs, and this thing didn't warn me about anything either. Here we go. Now we're gonna give people in the comments, you need to pull out an Atlas, etc., etc. You have a lot of folks that they've been driving back in the day and are retired and whatnot, and they were on paper logs. Times have changed. It is not the same how it was back then. Back then, you get tired or you get into crazy traffic or something, you just go over, pull over, go take a nap, eat, rest. When you're back up feeling good, you just continue back up. this. And I know that ain't right either, but ELD it's dangerous. Let's put it that way. The way I look at ELD is, let's say like I wait all day on the load and stuff. I'm in my receiver and I wait all day on the load. I get unloaded. There's nothing. I don't sleep. And then I'm there for a couple hours. You know, I still didn't start my hours. And in the evening, I get a load. And mind you, I didn't sleep. So I didn't sleep, and now I gotta drive all night. I'm driving, and I get sleepy. Well, guess what? I gotta keep on driving. I understand if it's like extreme, and you just can't go. You just gotta stop and call it a night. Call them and tell them, hey, I'm not showing up on this time. I can't. I've done that before. Broker was pissed and all that. Like, I don't give a crap about your load. When I go in a ditch and I die, you're gonna find another truck and you'll be all right. You gotta watch out for yourself. But I'm saying without ELD, like, people would drive when they want to drive, when they are rested, not when the freaking computer tells you, hey, you need to continue driving. That's just kind of my 2 cents about it. It's not really a matter of how many miles can you hit in a day on ELD or paper log. It's the same. You got same hours, but it's more about driving on your own terms. That's all. But obviously that's why they pulled ELD out of the game, because they don't want people driving when they're tired. It's just, you know, there was a lot of people abusing it, driving freaking 6,000 miles every week, and that's just not normal, and people were just crashing everywhere and whatnot. So that's why, I guess. Yeah, I figure I'd do some more blabbering, but that's it. I'm gonna keep on rolling, and we catch you guys a little bit later. You know how they say that life is like a box of chocolates? I wouldn't exactly call it a box of chocolates, because I was rolling and I hit this little bump on the interstate. It wasn't a bump, it was just like it goes down. My whole truck went down and up, and I heard like a pop, and yep, my tire is blown out. This freaking sucks. And this is a brand new tire, blown out right on the sidewall. Look at that. Yeah, that's completely gone. Man, that sucks. Yeah, it's literally a brand new freaking tire. As you can see, all 8 of these are brand new, and so is this. I mean, look at it. Yeah, man. It's like I'm gonna have to have my fiance go get another tire and come to me at a TA, because my fiance's dad has a bunch of tires at home. I mean, we're not gonna pay whatever crazy amount they charge for a tire. Yeah, let's figure that out. So, yeah, my tire is toast. I'm here at a TA. And the good thing is I'm only an hour away from home, so my fiance's gonna bring a tire, since my fiance's pops, or dad, has a bunch of tires. And yeah, why buy a new one? And to kill some time while I'm waiting anyways, I'm gonna replace some lights that are not working on the fender. So I got this. This should be fairly bright. You can see quite a bit of LEDs, but yeah, I had to run some new wires through it. So basically that is what we're gonna get to doing. Let's go. All right, first things first, This is my socket set that I got. They are impact. I do have another Husky socket set in there that is overly large. And then as far as for impacts and stuff, I've been using a lot of Milwaukee lately. I've kind of come to agree that Milwaukee makes some of the best mechanics tool sets. And that is not the one I need. Looks like. Alright, first things first. My impact sockets, I bought these on eBay, Tecton. They go all the way up to 32, not 33 unfortunately. And I've been using a lot of these Milwaukee M12 tools. Things are legit, super light, compact. They get the job done. This thing with this impact attachment does most of the stuff I need it to do. But if it can't, then I have my M12 stubby. And if that can't do it, then I have my DeWalt. See, that's not doing it. Let's get my stubby. Alright, so well, this thing can't get the job done. This is 125 foot-pounds. The stubby is 250. And my DeWalt is 700, but I think if you need some real power, hands down, Milwaukee makes the best tools. They make a 1-inch impact that does like 200 foot-pounds. Let's see what this does. That's unscrewing it up in the light. There's like a washer that broke off out of this. Now it's just freely spinning. That is annoying. How do I even take that out now? Well, we're gonna have to sort it out. Maybe if I can just use my new light. Yeah, I guess I can just use these lights and leave the bolts on there. And do it that way. Which way did they even face? Which way does amber go? So amber is on the bottom. So this way. That doesn't mess it up. Seems to be pretty tight, even though this gasket should be grabbing the hood. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. Maybe it was a 12, but I don't think so. I guess it is a 12.
I've been thinking it's a 13 the whole time. There we go. Even though I got this washer in between, and I think the water will still find its way in, I think that it'll be fine, because if the seat, I mean, water still gets on all this from the wheel, so I don't think it really even matters. But this being a little bit short, another favorite tool, I call this the pizza cutter. It's a little grinder. Very helpful. Yeah, let's connect this and see if it works. Sorted out wires, what wires goes where. I connected them, used some heat shrink, and then on top of that I'm gonna use this brush on electrical tape, seal that up, and then after that I'm gonna add this protective thing over it, zip tie them in the corner. But as you can see, it is working. I'm not sure why this corner one is not working, but those are working. So maybe that corner one is on non-stop, but it's not gonna work. All right, that'll do it for that. As far as this stuff, I think it's very flammable. What you do is, if I could, that is on so tight. Get some gloves. Oh, they're on the floor. And then I have those to replace. I bought a box of 20 of them, LEDs also. There we go. You can see it's like very, what you do is just wipe it on, and then once it dries out, it's basically like tape that will help protect that heat shrink essentially. I bought some spray on one as well. I think this wire might be for the little side light, but I'm not too worried about connecting that. As long as these are holding up, I'm okay with that. It's a nice Peterbilt or classic, whatever that was. That was a big sleeper. Cake this up. That should do it. Let it dry out, connect it in here, and call it a day on this one. I gotta replace the other one. I don't like how this doesn't sit flush, but it is what it is, I guess. It's still solid. I mean, it's bright. Alright, let's catch you guys in a bit. What's up, y'all? Finally made it here to South Vienna, Ohio. I stopped at a few truck stops, but literally no luck. It seems literally like more and more of these truck stops are taking advantage of reserved parking. So you have to reserve it. And of course I didn't. Yeah, long story short, I'm on the shoulder. If you never park on the shoulder, great for you, congratulations. I do. And to be completely honest and fair with you, I almost prefer to park on the shoulder if the shoulder is wide enough, just so I don't get hit by some idiot that's careless and doesn't care if he hits somebody else because he works for a big company that's just gonna put him in another truck. But meanwhile, a little guy like me is gonna be out of work for a month. But yeah, so I'd rather park on a shoulder than at a sketchy place at a truck stop and get hit. That's just my 2 cents. Yes. So yeah, we got a mess up here opposed to here. I don't know if you can tell, but I mean, it's a pretty large shoulder. I got 2 trucks behind me. And then, yeah, I've cleaned the truck. I got some mat today because this rubber is pretty cold. What I have left is to put these panels on, the ones I have home. My diesel heater's kicking in. I just parked, turn it on. But yeah, as you can see, been trying to keep this floor clean. I got this so I don't step on this cold rubber. As you can see, here is the mess. That's just one day, and those are the panels. Fridge. This fridge is absolutely great, and it honestly, like, it's so efficient. It barely even turns on. You can see it's on eco mode. And this thing is roomy. I have a different type of lid, but this thing is legit. On the bottom, I keep the meat, and on top, it's warmer, not as cold as on the bottom. So it does the job. Really, really great fridge. Let me latch this up. But yeah, to be completely honest, I don't even know where my video stopped for the day. So hopefully I can sort that out and make a video for you guys. Hopefully you guys like the content. Ask away with any questions. Eventually I do try to get to all of them. Thanks for watching, and hit that subscribe if you haven't, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.